testing. Gracious. Test. We good? Okay. Wait, hold up. Oh my goodness. Oopsie. Alright. Hello, Nebulas. Yeah, today is, watch party. Yeah. So, today I'll be watching, some of my analysis videos that I've worked on, during this, past year. And I'll be, like, breaking them down. I will be, like, analyzing them, like, talking about the process of making them and a little fun facts about them. You know, I've actually been planning to do this for quite a while because I have a lot to say about like the behind the scenes of all this. So yeah, I hope, and you can also ask some questions as well. You know, I think this is a great way to cap off the year and celebrate Christmas. You know, by just recapping what we did during the past year. So yeah, and I do want to mention that uh there will be two watch party streams, one today and one tomorrow. Today I will be watching all of my analysis videos that I made this year except for the DCEU ranking video. Because that one is very long. That should be its own, and I have a lot more to say about that one, so that one will be its own separate watch party, which will be tomorrow. Today I will be just discussing the others that I've made, the other 5 analysis videos that I've made this past year, which means the Misona Mika analysis, the Bochi the Rock analysis, the How to Train Your Dragon analysis, the Blue Archive OST analysis, and the Captain America Brave New World analysis. So without further ado, let's begin. And also I do want to mention that there might be ads popping out every once in a while because I did not turn off monetization for this, so it might be embarrassing if an ad pops up. So alright, let's begin. Let's go. Of course, disclaimer. Every analysis video has a disclaimer.
Hey, it's me, Disney H. If you don't know who that is, I'm the same guy who made these other Blue Archive videos.
Wait, hold on, I want to test out the sound. How's the sound sound like first?
I'm the same guy who made these other Blue Archive videos.
Hold on, I want to test out the sound. How's the sound? Okay, maybe I should lower it down a bit, the volume of the video. Just lower it down just a teeny tiny bit. Okay, cool. Very nice. Yes, thank you.
Speaking of which, I made a Blue Archive review video back in 2023. And since then, many people have been asking me to make a part 2 to that video. But honestly, even though I do love Blue Archive and want to make more content out of it, I genuinely don't know what else more there is to say about the game. Like, sure, there are some points in my...
Okay, wait. So there's a lot to say already from this first 40 seconds. So first and foremost, I think this part was a subtle foreshadowing to the Blue Archive OST video that I would make several months later. Because Team 140 was like I had its own dedicated segment in the wait, let me see. Yeah, here, the artistry behind Blue Archive soundtrack. So it had its own segment. So back when I was editing this video, I did not like I had a lot to say about Team 140 back then. And I did want to make a video of it, but I haven't started writing the script for that Blue Archive OST analysis as of then. So you know, I now that I look back, it was like kind of like subtle foreshadowing that I put Team 140 here as like I say I do have quite a bit to say about it, and I put a clip of Team 140. I found that to be, you know, like foreshadowing, subtle foreshadowing.
Original video I would like to elaborate on, but I don't think it is really enough to fit one whole video, you know. I was also planning to review Blue Archive the animation and release it last year, but I also have nothing to say about it, and so I procrastinated on it so much to the point I've only written the introduction segment to that script.
Okay, another thing. Um, the Blue Archive, the animation analysis video. You guys must be wondering how the progress of that is going. Well, um I have not done any progress on that yet. Like from since I released this video, that video until right now, which has been like fucking 10 months, I have not touched the Blue Archive anime script at all. So yeah, I kind of put that project on hold. Might not ever come ever, because honestly I have a lot more like other projects that I would like to uh do more than this Blue Archive anime one, because my original idea was when I reviewed Blue Archive the animation, I would do the introduction, then I would analyze each individual episode and talk about each episode, and then conclusion. Right, I wouldn't do what I usually do, where I have like the different segments is like talking about like different designs and characters and whatnot. I would like each segment will be talking about the different episodes, so it's like something different. But then like when I watched the show itself, I just did not care about it. Like I don't really care about Blue Archive, the animation, all that much. Uh, and so that's why I just kept procrastinating on the script, and I am still procrastinating on it. I still haven't worked on it, and I have other projects that I feel more passionately about that I want to do. Like for example, the Zack Snyder ranking video, or maybe in the future I would like to do this same like formula idea, but for a like completely different show that I have like actually more things to say about each episode. For example, I think I wanted to this year I wanted to like do an analysis on I think Zom 100 Bucket List of the Dead. Because I really like that show. I have a lot to say about each individual episode, because each individual episode had like its own message. So there was like something to analyze in there, and there was like something worthy of praise in each episode. So I felt like for Halloween, I should have uh like one of the ideas this year for what I would do for Halloween was to actually analyze each episode of Zom 100, and like in this same format. But of course that didn't come to fruition because I was busy doing the DCE ranking video instead, which was a very last minute decision. I was like, oh, I want to do the DCE ranking instead, and so I wasn't able to do the Zom 100 analysis video. So that one might happen, maybe next year, depends. Then another one that would like to do is I would like to do a analysis on this movie called Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I think that movie deserves to be more like talked about, and I feel like I should make an analysis video about that because I have a lot to say about that movie as well. I also want to do an in-depth analysis on believe it or not, Man of Steel of all things. So that all those projects are like projects that I actually want to do. Meanwhile, Blue Archive the animation, I just do not have anything to say about it. Like I remember each time after I watched each episode, I would like jot down my thoughts on it. But like for each episode I watched, I just had like the same problems over and over again with the each episode. So like when I watched episode 1, I was like, oh, my problem is that some of the aspects were adapted well, some of the aspects were not adapted well. The soundtrack was really bad, the animation and action was really good, and that was about it. There were like some good parts and some bad parts. It was like a decent 5 out of 10. And each episode was literally that. Each episode had the same criticism. So it was I just realized that it would not make a very interesting video because literally every criticism I have for each episode was all the same. There was nothing like like each episode did not stand out. You know, I think I might cancel the entire Blue Archive anime review in general because I just do not have anything to say about it. I have other projects that I want to work on more. So maybe this one might never come out. Maybe, even though I keep on hinting that it will come out. In like my Love Live video, I even hinted it coming out, but and even this one also hinted it coming out. But the more I think about it, the more I realize, you know, I don't really have much to say about it. I just, yeah, whatever. Let's continue.
But then something happened that changed everything.
Yeah. So by the way, that phone notification, that was an actual real phone notification because I record all my lines with my phone. Yes, I do state it in my disclaimer at the start that the reason why my audio quality is not that good is because I mostly record all my lines using my phone instead of using an actual microphone. Like right now, I'm actually using an actual microphone. That's why my streaming, like my voice quality on the stream, is a lot different than my voice quality in my analysis videos, because I just think it's more convenient to record on my phone than it is to use the microphone that I'm using right now to record my lines, because microphones, like, they're very unpredictable. Phones are more predictable, and that's why the audio quality is a bit wonky sometimes for some of these analysis videos, but the live stream audio quality is more consistent, and that's why it can lead to unexpected shit happening, like
To the point, I've only written the
Like
introduction
this.
segment to that script. But then something
Yeah.
happened that changed
Alright.
everything.
let's continue. Goodness gracious, I didn't even put an ad slot there. What the hell?
I've been
Whatever.
waiting for this my whole life. Only club. We did it.
See, a very funny thing about that is that it kind of sounds like something else and not clapping, even though it was clapping.
Now, if you have watched my original Blue Archive review video, you would know that I liked Misono Mika. Not to the point I'll make a whole video dedicated to her, but she was definitely on my top 10 list of Blue Archive characters at the time. But now, after finishing her relationship stories, I can safely say that she's my second favorite Blue Archive character, second to Mutsuki, and she's objectively the best Blue Archive character of all time. It was just this sudden realization of what Mika represented that clicked with me as I was playing through those relationship stories. It was as if my third eye opened or some shit. You see, senseis? This is why you should never
I don't
skip
like this
Tsukuyo's
segment. Like, it's
relationship
kind of
stories,
cringe.
because you may just
I don't
end
like
up
this
missing
one.
out on those character growth and depth
Why
that
is there so
main
long?
stories don't show.
Okay.
Before we jump into the analysis, I'd like to mention that there will be spoilers for Blue Archive's story, so please finish Eden Treaty and Mika's relationship stories before watching this video. Without further ado, let's get into every aspect of what makes Misono Mika so special to me.
Well, actually, it wasn't every aspect, because I did. There was some like parts about Misono Mika that I forgot to mention, so this is not every aspect. Fake! This video is a fraud!
Yeah, Mika is really pretty. She looks great.
Okay, wait. There, I know it seems like I'm pausing like every 10 seconds just to say something, but a little fun fact, there was this deleted content in which after I say, yeah, Mika's really pretty, there'll be like cheap green screen effects of like confetti shooting out in the air, you know, the yay, you know, and then the children cheering and whatnot. But then I realized that like, I don't think it was all that funny, you know, and B, actually, B, I really kind of somewhat did that joke before, because in my Love Live video, I did do a similar joke in which, after, and then that one was done better, because it makes sense why the confetti shot up, but this one is like, you know, it just didn't make sense, so I cut it out of the video entirely, so yeah.
Which outfit she's wearing, whether it be her tracksuit, a swimsuit, a normal fit, and don't get
The swimsuit is now like outdated because she now has a new swimsuit, and it's really well designed as well.
me started on those times where her arms are exposed. Like that shit got me going like what?
Okay, wait. Another thing I want to mention. Oh, do you like? Okay, wait, hold up. Let me copy that. I can't read Japanese. Oh, Mutsuki. I love Mutsuki. Oh yeah, Mutsuki. Okay. Mutsuki is my favorite Blue Archive character of all time. Anyway, I want to talk about this. So a little fun fact: a lot of my videos, like unknowingly, there will be subtle foreshadowing to what the next video would be. For example, this Misono Mika has the mask like clip on it, which foreshadows the Hitori Go-To video later on, like the next one. It's kind of crazy stuff. And then in the Brave New World video, there's like a. Do live streams have subtle foreshadowing? No, they don't. Then the Brave New World, like there was one part where I talked about Batman v Superman, and you know, my next analysis video was the DCE ranking video where I go in depth into BVS, Batman v Superman. So it's kind of crazy. These two, I don't think there were any, like the How to Train Your Dragon and Blue Archive, there weren't any subtle foreshadowings, but these were not intentional. These are like completely coincidental. I don't know if the mask one was intentional. I forgot, because I already did come up with the idea of making the Hitori video when I was doing the Mika analysis. When I was writing the script or doing the editing, I already came up with the idea for the. Yeah, wait. I want to do a little like another fun fact. I keep doing these tangents, but another fun fact. This Mika analysis video, right, was made completely last minute. I did not have any idea that I was going to make a Misono Mika analysis until I did the Blue Archive Momo Talks with Mika. Then I realized, oh shit, I actually have a lot to say about her. So very quickly, I wrote down a script. I think I did it. I like finished the script in like 2 or 3 days. I forgot, but I did it really fast. Then afterwards, I quickly recorded all my lines in like one night. One night I finished the whole recording session. I think it took me like 2-3 hours or 1 hour. Then afterwards, it took me 2 weeks to edit the whole thing. So this is like the fastest analysis video I've made. I think I've stated it like in one of my streams before that the Misono Mika analysis, this one, is one of my shorter analyses, but it was like it's the fastest that I've done any analysis video. And yeah, it was like very last minute. This whole idea was very last minute. I had other like ideas for other analysis videos that I wanted to do at the time before I made this one. Like for example, yeah, I wanted to do the Hitori Bochi the Rock analysis video before this one. Like I had an idea for the Hitori one already. Like I started writing the script for the Bochi the Rock analysis back in December of 2024. Yeah, I started writing the script since then. Then I went on a break, like a hiatus. Like I lost the interest to make that video. Then instead I worked on the Instead I started working on the script for Elupe movie, which is an original movie that I was making. Then while I was making Elupe movie, while I was writing the script for Elupe movie, I was like, I did the Misono Mika relationship stories. I was like, oh damn, like this character is actually kind of cool. I want to do an analysis video of this character. So I quickly wrote a script, I quickly recorded it, I quickly edited it, and ta-da, a very last minute kind of analysis video that came out. But I think for what it is, it was not bad. Yeah.
All seriousness though, I really like her design. It really shows her personality. For example, Mika is part of the Tea Party group, which is an extremely prestigious and fancy group of people. But Mika is none of that. Mika only joined the Tea Party because her childhood bestie Nagisa was inside, which is a really stupid decision to make in real life. Never join a club just because your friend is in there.
I'm sorry I keep pausing this. Do you know that, very funny thing, in a lot of my analysis videos, I will have this like ongoing. I'll try to make this ongoing joke. Like for example, this was a trend I started to do even like long time ago. It went back when I first started making analysis videos back in 2022. The first time I did this was for my Asahi Kobe Happy Sugar Life analysis video. It was one of my first, I think it was my second analysis video. I had this ongoing joke where I would put a image of Yuki from Higurashi, from Gakugurashi, and basically it was like a ongoing joke that I didn't want to spoil Gakugurashi. Yeah, because Gakugurashi has a lot of like plot twists. You don't want to spoil to anyone. By the way, Gakugurashi is a really good show. I highly recommend you watch it. English name is called School Life. The Japanese name is called Gakugurashi. Then for my Miracle-chan, I don't want to talk about Miracle-chan. For my I'll go back to Miracle-chan. Miracle-chan video, like the ongoing joke for that one was where I used the clip from this video called Disgraced Attorney. There was a parody of Ace Attorney. I kept using that clip over and over again to diss on Demon Slayer. Now I think about it, that's fucking weird. Why did I do that? I was so high back in 2022. Then in 2023, I had the Puss in Boots, the Last Wish analysis video, where the ongoing joke for that video was of like the meme fart noise sound effect. Yes, I know some of these are really weird. Then I had a Space Jam analysis video. That the ongoing joke for that one was the Gangsta's Paradise scream. I kept like using that sound. The Blue Archive analysis video, the first Blue Archive analysis video, the ongoing joke for that one was there's one of the PV videos, the promotional videos for the Blue Archive. There's like a scene where Yuka throws a Perro like suit onto a landmine, I think, and then it explodes. And I kept playing the exploding clip every once in a while. That's the ongoing joke for that one, etc., etc. I don't want to get through all of them. Most of them have did, but I think like towards like 2024 I stopped doing the ongoing joke thing because I thought it was kind of weird and it was kind of stressing to think of an ongoing joke I could put for every analysis video. So the Love Life one, I had it somewhat in the form of like, it was similar to this one where I would put a quote and then it would be dash from LeBron James. That one I think is, I won't call it an ongoing joke because it only appeared in the video like 3 times out of the 2 hours. And similar thing for this one as well, where the ongoing joke here is this Disney H Life Lesson 101, where as you can see earlier on here, Disney H Life Lesson 101. So this is the ongoing joke, is that this is the ongoing joke for this video. Goodness gracious.
Unlimited data with more speed, unlimited data with more roaming, unlimited data with more security.
Bro.
Unlimited Singtel
Shut
5G Plus plans.
Shut up. Okay.
Whether it be her tracks or like her which is an active joint decision to make in real life. Somewhat hardy nature is shown
Okay. So yeah.
just because your friend is in there.
Okay, but granted, more ads means more money for me. Ha ha ha.
Anyway, Nika's somewhat hardy nature is shown in the outfit she wears. Firstly, Nika is the only member of the Tea Party to do something.
Wait, then this Hitori Bochi analysis video, the ongoing joke for that one is the Ultra Instinct team. I keep playing the Ultra Instinct team many times throughout this one. The ongoing joke. The How Strange Dragon, I don't think that was ongoing. The ongoing joke for this Blue Archive OST was the where I kept playing the clip of the Fantastic Four Fantastic, the character saying "Say that again." Yeah, then Brave New World, I don't think that was an ongoing joke. Then the DCEU ranking did have an ongoing joke with the Henry Cavill Superman crying, but each time I'll play like a different crying sound effect. Yeah, that was the yeah. I tried to do these like so like a nice little tradition that I like to do. Yeah, sometimes I don't do it. Sometimes I will. So
unique with her hair. Unlike Nagisa and Sia, who wear their hair loose to match the tea party's formal image, Mika's small bun hints at her more laid-back and playful nature. Secondly, compared to Mika, both Nagisa and Sia have pretty bland dresses. Mika's outfit stands out with a starry pattern, not just under her dress, but also on her wristband, setting her apart from the more traditional tea party members. Also, did you guys ever notice that Mika places stickers on her wing? These details add so much to her character and shows that Mika doesn't really want to be part of such a formal group. Seriously, Blue Archive doesn't miss with its designs. I would also like to point out Mika's wide range of expressions. I love how the developers give her different eye designs to exaggerate her expressions, such as her shocked face, her sad face, her threatening face, and who could forget? These wide range of expressions suit Mika because she's a very loud and charismatic character, which perfectly transitions to I am a sucker for larger-than-life,
this is a 100 reference.
funny fictional characters, and Misono Mika is no exception. She's just a really fun character, and she really steals the show whenever she's on screen. You can clearly tell that from my reaction when I was streaming Volume F.
Oh, is Mika gonna appear? I sure hope.
By the way, I do want to mention this is one of my favorite clips in any of my live streams. Yeah, so I
From my
I
reaction
really
when I
like
was
that.
streaming Volume F.
and this is to me the funniest part in the whole video. Yeah,
Mika is innocent.
you know, like the way it like cuts off.
Mika gonna appear.
I don't know. I'm really proud of that joke. And I really think that it is the funniest part in the whole live stream of that video.
Mika is innocent and naive, almost like a fairy tale princess. But that same naivete makes her easy to manipulate, which perfectly explains why she gets into bad situations so often. Additionally, this naivete really gives off a youthful energy, really hammering it down that Mika is still a student and has much to learn about the world. I think what I like most about Mika is how energetic and charismatic she is. If you read her official diary, you can see that she zips around different topics really quickly. On top of that, she also gets easily distracted and has a low attention span. Also, a huge yapper. She's literally
I think I mentioned this in one of my videos, but I always felt that Misono Mika like I always thought she was always like a representation of like ADHD. I wanted to add that in my script. Because I thought it was so like she just had all the different like ADHD symptoms. I thought it was like so cool because like for me I could like kind of see myself in Mika, you know, the way she like goes off topic, the way she yaps, just like me, like what I'm doing right now, and I'm like, damn bro, I could like see myself in Mika. And I wanted to add that in my script saying, oh, I think she's a representation of ADHD in Blue Archive. But then, you know, I thought it would be a bit controversial, so I didn't add it. But I think if I were to make this video now, I probably would add it, because you know, in my DCE ranking video, I did touch on like autism representation. So if I'll be able to do that, then I can probably do this one. Microwave economics. Microwave. Do I call it microwave economics? Oh well. Anyway, welcome to the live stream. Hold up. Let me check your channel for a bit. Don't mind if I visit your channel. Go to channel. Oh, I think I know you. Do I know you? I think I know you. Anyway, back to the video.
Really me, for real. I know some players find Mika annoying, but that's kind of the point. Her personality isn't just there for comedy, it directly affects her struggles and the way others perceive her. She's meant to be annoying. That's why she has a hard time fitting in, and why it is so hard for people of Trinity to forgive her for what she has done. It adds a sense of realism to the hatred she's receiving, as you can sort of understand where the Trinity students are coming from. You see, unlike some comedic reliefs, her quote-unquote annoying
Reference to the Love Live video.
personality is meant to enhance the story and her character. And I mean, at least she has personality and isn't just a one-sided antagonist who does bad things for no rhyme or reason. Yeah, I really don't have much to say about her personality. Misona Mika is just pure chaos in the best.
I knew it. I knew it was you. Oh, you think you're so slick for that, huh, Mr. Microwave Economics? You think you're so slick. I know the people in the actual. Do you know them? I think you know them. What? What is bro yapping about? Microwave economics. I know that guy. Just to give context to people in the live chat, who that guy is a guy I know IRL. I got my eye on you.
Way possible, and I love every second of it.
Do
Mika
you?
isn't just
I know you damn well. I am sure.
an excellent
100%.
She's also an absolute unit when it comes to the gameplay. Mika is pretty overpowered, extremely useful for boss fights, tactical challenges, and bounties, since she's not only a tanker, but she also pretty much one-shots anyone, unless it is Yuka or
Who
Sugaki.
am I?
They are practically
I don't
invincible.
know.
My only
I don't know who you are. Wait. I know the other guy. Wait. A goddamn second. Wait, I'm gonna mute my mic. I am very sorry. I apologize, guys. Yeah, so it turns out my real life friends were watching my live stream. Yes. So I went into my Discord with my real. I am very sorry. I apologize. I went into my Discord. Okay, what are you talking about? Shut up! Get out! Went to my Discord. I was like, guys, get out of the stream. And I don't think they get out of the stream because I can still see the microwave guy in there.
The problem with Mika's gameplay is that her EX skill kinda takes a little too long to load up, and she does lose HP rather easily, but those are just slight nitpicks. Mika is still one of the most overpowered characters in the game, and I do have a hard time whenever my tactical challenge opponent has her. Yeah, the developers really knocked it out of the park with this one. But all that, the design, the personality, the gameplay, that's just the surface level of what makes Misona Mika so special to me. Now, let's talk about what truly sets her apart.
Stupid ad, bruh. But not as stupid as the people in the live chat right now. Wait, let me check if they're truly still there. I'm sorry for that, guys.
Outright admit this. Misono Mika is a bad person. She did some really messed up shit, such as sabotaging the Eden Treaty just because she hated Gehenna. I get that Trinity students have their biases against Gehenna,
Yeah, like Hasumi, like we established already.
and that Mika was manipulated, but that doesn't excuse discrimination. Wrong is wrong.
Scorchy!
I totally understand
I'm gonna kill you, Scorchy! Alright.
why Sensei raises his voice at Mika when she does her little twist villain monologue. It's perfectly justified. Afterwards, Sensei and the Makeup Work Club beat the ever-living hell out of Mika, and she ends up in the Who Skull. But then a misunderstanding pushes her to the edge. She believes Sia was killed by the Area Squad.
Why so serious? Okay. Ignoring Mr. Scorchy here in the... Oh my goodness gracious. Ignoring Mr. Scorchy and Nebula's in the live chat, I do want to give like a little fun fact. So this whole like segment,
A misunderstanding pushes her to the edge. She believes
this part where Saori shoots Seiya was like, the reason why I added that was because the thing about all my analysis videos that the funnier ones tend to do better. For example, the Blue Archive analysis video, or the Misono Mika the Bocchi the Rock analysis video. Those ones did really well because they are more on the funnier side. So this one I thought that, you know, I wasn't having enough like funny moments, of course, because this is a more serious video where I talk about a character that is very personal to me. So in the script I didn't really have any like funny moments to put inside. So instead, while I was editing this part, I was like, well, I should add something funny. What funny thing can I add? What if I put a PNG of Saori and Seiya and a PNG of a gun, and I make Saori shoot Seiya with the gun? And so that's how we got this.
Sia was killed by the Area Squad. Fueled by
Yeah. Because I thought the video didn't have enough jokes.
rage and grief, she breaks out of the dungeon, determined to kill Saori. However, Sensei listens and talks things out with Mika. Eventually, Mika redeems herself by fighting off Barbara and her legion of super friends. After Sensei and Aries complete the task of saving Atsuko, Sensei goes back to check out Mika. Sensei and
Wait,
Aries complete the
wanna
task
show
of saving
a
Atsuko.
little something.
Sensei
Hiyori replaced with Hatsune Miku because there's the ongoing joke in the Blue Archive fandom that her name is Hiyori, right? I think it's Hiyori. Hiyori looks a bit too much like Hatsune Miku. So yeah, funny joke.
goes back to check out Mika, and she's bleeding her ass out, really showing that she's willing to push herself to her limits to help Sensei and be a better person. Sensei then tells Mika that she's his worst student. I like how the game doesn't sugarcoat the fact that Mika is a bad person.
Hiyori, not Iori. Iori is a completely different character. Hiyori with a H. Sounds like a Persona character name. Get out!
they make Sensei have natural human reactions to her actions, and then you get this extremely iconic line when he defends Mika. I wanted to cheer when Sensei dropped one of the hardest lines in the game. I love this line because it emphasizes that no matter how evil or how naughty his students are, Sensei will always support them. It's a perfect callback to the first part of Eden Treaty when Sensei says he will support Mika's actions, no matter what. So that's already a good way to wrap up Mika's arc, correct? Nah, Blue Archive creators don't just stop there. They go out of their way to put their damn hardest in concocting one of fiction's greatest characters. In her relationship stories, you can see the remorse that Mika feels towards her previous actions. She genuinely wants to be out of trouble and be a better person. Of course, she isn't 100% a saint yet, still causing a little mischief in her L2D story where she literally trapped Sensei in her room for one whole night. I mean, let's be real, people need time to change, and this part of her relationship story just adds more realism to her character. However, that's not the best part of Mika's relationship story. The thing that made me realize Mika was a spectacular character was her final relationship story. In this story, we hear that Mika got into trouble again, apparently beating up one of the students, and so of course, Sensei goes back to check up on Mika. Now, you'd expect Sensei to nag and lecture her about how beating people is wrong. However, Sensei does the amazing thing of,
Goodness gracious, wait! What's with all these weird ass ad placements all of a sudden? Oh my days, bruh. Oh my days. I didn't even put ads here, bro. The ads were supposed to play at the end of each segment.
before jumping to conclusions or judging, he listens to Mika's perspective and why she did it. I absolutely love this as it shows how Sensei understands Mika. Mika doesn't like lectures, so he teaches Mika by using a method that best suits her, which is to listen.
That's the amazing thing of advertising. Oh my god, bro, get out!
So during the first relationship story, Sensei buys Mika a swimsuit because she's broke. So Mika treasured it. However, that day, one of her classmates decided to tear the swimsuit and throw it. This of course infuriates Mika, making her want to punch the perpetrator. However, for the first time, Mika thinks before she acts. This is fantastic character development, because we are shown time and time again that Mika acts impulsively. She
Yeah,
lets
that's
others
right,
despite
Scorpion.
them destroying
Good
something
riddance.
that meant a lot to her. And, you know,
I'm
they also
kidding.
gave her
Thank you
nasty
for-
remarks, but
Thank you for joining
it's
the
just a
stream.
little like
Really
side
appreciate
quest
it.
thing that doesn't really matter. I'm going off script now. Sorry about that. Go back to script. But then one of them stupidly falls over, which injures them, and then they blame Mika for it, and you know that's how we ended up here. So as you can see, Misono Mika isn't in the wrong in this situation. However, everything ends well as Sensei gives Mika a new swimsuit, and they both go to the unused swimming
Oh, by the way, I just want to add that the segment where I actually went off script, I actually did go off script. Just to clarify, I actually did go off script. So yeah, just a little fun fact. That was not actually scripted.
pool, which is an extremely nice callback to Eden Treaty, especially since that was the exact place where Sensei told Mika that he would support her decisions no matter what. Then the episode caps off with one last gag. Damn, this may just be my favorite Blue Archive relationship story ever. This story made me realize that Mika wasn't just a character, she was a message. She represented troubled students or troubled people in general, how anyone can change if given the chance. Sometimes all it takes is for someone to listen. Why discriminate against bad people when you can help them re-enter society as a better person? Why be an antagonist in someone's life when you can make a positive impact? I'm sure all of us have done some pretty messed up shit in our lives. A chapter of our past we want to erase and make people forget. But let's all be real, what's done cannot be undone, and the best thing to do is become a better version of ourselves. But becoming a better person isn't easy in the slightest, especially if everyone around you doesn't see your improvements and keeps thinking of you for your flaws. So the best thing we can do is to listen. Find suitable methods in helping people. I would also like to briefly talk about the incredible Misono Mika PV song, Do You Want to Kiss Angel? As I feel it also enhances this message a bit. The lyrics and visuals in the first half of the song are dark and gloomy, showing Mika's darker past. Then she falls down to the abyss, which I interpret as her lowest point in life. However, this weird bright blue thing comes down from the light and pulls Mika back up, which I think represents Sensei. From there onwards, the lyrics and visuals become more bright and cheery, showing how Mika is finally happy because someone accepted and helped her through her darkest moments. Sometimes
What caused that vibration? Was that vibration in the video?
finally happy because someone accepted and helped her through her darkest moments. Sometimes that's what the worst people need. A helping hand to
You
help
guys heard that, right? That was a... Well, no, whatever. Maybe I'm...
them get out of the abyss. God, I love Do You Want to Kiss Angel. Do
Maybe it was
check it out
my
after the video is over.
phone?
Misuna
I
Mika
don't know.
represents
Maybe it
more
was
than
something
just
else.
a troubled student. She represents the potential for change. Why push people away for their past mistakes when you can make them become better? Everyone has regrets, moments they wish they could erase. But the past is the past. What matters is growth, and Mika's story shows that even the worst student, the worst person, can change. We just give them the chance to.
A very funny thing is that okay, there's another analysis video I made. Okay, not really analysis video, but it was like this slideshow. It was like this slideshow presentation where I basically explained, like, it's on my channel. I think it's one of the more recent videos where I explained why I felt that like Henry Cavill's Superman was weaker than David Cornswell's Superman, and that video was a like kind of like a joke video. I would say it's a bit of a joke. So, in the first part of the video, I say like something very funny, and so I usually like to like pair this clip up of this like very emotional clip up with that hilarious line. So it's like,
We just give them the chance to.
wait, hold on, let me actually do it. Wait, hold up. Give me a second. I'll find that clip. Shit. Ed. Okay. Ed again. Okay. Wait.
And is weaker than James Gunn's Superman.
Okay, wait. We got it. I found it. Okay, so I like to pair this clip up where I say where with this.
That's moments they wish they could erase. But the past is the past. What matters is growth, and Mika's story shows that even the worst student, the worst person, can change. We just give them the chance to.
Okay.
But look at this little crybaby wimp over here. That's how he probably sounds like. Look at this handsome man over here. Sexy man.
Yup, same guy, by the way, same guy. Okay. Oh, that was fun. Okay. Yeah, I always find it funny because it's like the same guy was like, maybe the worst person can change, so we get the chance to. The same guy who said, look at this crybaby wimp over here. That's how he probably sounds like. Look at this handsome man. Sexy man. Yeah, I just find it hilarious, bro. Yeah. Same character, by the way. Moment.
Unless you're the kind of imbecile who refuses to change no matter how many chances you get, then yeah, maybe the world does have a point in shunning you. In summary, Isona Mika isn't just a character.
Oh, wait.
Then yeah, maybe the world does have a point in shunning you.
I actually do have a reason to why I actually put this part in the video, because of course I do think it is important to give bad people second chances. Of course, I do believe in the fact that everyone has a bit of good in them. Everyone can change for the better. But you know, if you keep doing the bad thing despite other people like giving you chances, then that's that's bad. That's horrible. Like, I made this video like I have this friend group. Uh, yeah, this friend group, and friend group we had this one guy, and this one guy, he was like kind of like a bully basically. Like he would result to physical and like kind of mental bullying in the sense that he would like punch people, punch us, punch uh if he didn't get what he wanted or didn't hear the answers that he wanted, or he would like take our stuff without our permission, or he would try and mentally kind of uh like threaten us basically. I think one of the things he did was he uh screenshotted him disliking one of my videos and sent it to me just because he was unhappy with me. So of course a lot of my friends did tell him, oh, you're kind of an asshole, didn't you like stop that? It wasn't just a me thing, but everyone in my friend group was like, okay, you're kind of an asshole, like you need to stop. And he didn't stop. And so eventually we were all just like, fuck it, he's a bad person, who cares? And we all just kicked him out of the friend group, rightfully so. And that's why I added a segment after that whole fiasco happened, because I realized, yes, it's important for people to get second chances, but yeah, there will be a point in time where you get so many chances but you don't take them, and it's like, then that you're just straight out a bad person, and maybe you are an asshole, maybe you can't change, so that's why I put it there.
The how many chances you get, then yeah, maybe the world does have a point in shunning you.
Yeah, so I do think that it is justified if like people tell you already like, hey, you're a bad guy, you should like stop what you're doing. There's a difference in like trying to stop and like just not caring. And it's a huge Misono Mika, of course, she's trying. She's slowly learning to become a better person. But as for like the other guy, it's like bro's not even trying. So yeah, we should like appreciate it when people try to be better and whatnot. But if they don't try, then they're just a bad guy. That's the difference. You should still give second chances, but if they don't take that second chance, then they are a bad person. That's my personal opinion anyway. And that's why I added the last part, because I do think there is a limit to how many chances you can get.
In summary, Misono Mika isn't just a character I myself love. She's a character that means so much to the entire Blue Archive fandom. Most everyone agrees that she's one of the best written characters in the game, and honestly, they're right. I'm not the only one who has done an in-depth analysis on her. There are tons of fantastic Mika analysis videos out there, and I highly recommend checking them out.
There was a Mika analysis video that came out after I made this video, which was fantastic, absolutely like well written. I think I talked about it in one of my live streams, but it was such a well written video. That guy, he just like that analysis YouTuber guy, he does some amazing analysis videos on Blue Archive. He did one on Uzawa Racer, as I stated in like one of the previous streams. Really well written stuff. In fact, I'll go as far as to say I think he did a much better job analyzing Misono Mika than I did, because I think I only scratched the surface. That guy really like broke down like the different parts of Misono Mika and really explained why Misono Mika was such a well written character. I think it was also edited fantastically well as well. Like, if you like I feel a lot of people like praise my editing style. Bro, this shit ain't got nothing on that guy, bro. That guy is like, I know I'm like sound like I'm glazing him, but you should really check that channel out, because not only is it that person, he's really good at like analyzing, and he's also really good at like editing like the videos as well. And Like, I think I come out of them like feeling like I've learned something new about Blue Archive. Yeah, it's also done an analysis on uh uh Irie, I think that's a name from the After School Sweets Club. Wait, let me see if I can find that video. Wait, Misono Mika analysis. Let's see. Yeah, this one. It's really great stuff.
The moment she reflects on her past faults, she makes an analogy between her recollections almost like it was a fairy tale. Like Sensei being the knight in shining armor.
Yeah, you see, I liked it as well. This is really great stuff. A lot of these videos really just amazing. Yeah, like subscribe to the guy, bro. Deserves it so damn much. Yeah, I think bro deserves more subs than I do, bro. Because like a lot of this is just deep. It's like more thought and effort was placed into these than mine. It's insane to think about. Oh,
The Laughing Cow cheese dippers.
check this out.
Available in pizza flavor.
Oh, where was I? I was in summary, right? Yeah.
Be told, for every beloved character, there will always be those who dislike them. Some people outright despise Mika, not just because she's annoying, but because of the things that she's done. Truth be told, I don't think you guys truly understand what it means to be sensei. Mika was never meant to be perfect. She was meant to be flawed, to make mistakes, and to learn from them. As sensei, our role is to guide her, to correct her, to help her grow. She's not a lost cause. She's a work in progress. With that being said, I want to be clear. If you dislike Mika, that's totally fine. I know I say this in every analysis video, but I really mean it. Opinions are opinions. There's a difference between an unpopular opinion and a bad opinion. A bad opinion is one that actively harms others or yourself. And disliking Mika, that's not harming anyone. So if you're not a fan of her, that's perfectly fine. Or what about
Yeah, you know, now that I rewatch this, the editing kind of feels a bit half-assed. No lie. Like, I get it. I made this in like 2 weeks. But like, firstly, there are like so many times where like the shot will just linger on like one single clip for like more than 5 seconds. And secondly, I keep reusing that same tweet that does not like Misono Mika. So it's a bit, yeah, not really proud of the
You
editing
guys,
for this one.
do you agree with me or do you despise Mika? Let me know in the comments. I will read every single one of them. No matter what though, I will always stand by Mika. What can I say? I was always more of a Misono Mika person.
This is a reference to, yeah. So this is a reference to, in like almost all my Blue Archive videos, I will have in my description I will put, I was always more of a Blue Archive person, and so for this video I put I was always more of a Misono Mika person, and like the reason why in like every single Blue Archive video of mine I always say I was always more of a Blue Archive person is because like it was a joke that I had in my like my friend group, one of my friend groups. I got into Blue Archive and then I just like realized that I like that game was a game that I would have always enjoyed, so I kept saying I was always more of a Blue Archive person. You know, it's a bit of a personal thing, but you know, it's kind of become like a catchphrase for all my Blue Archive videos where I will say I was always more of a Blue Archive person. I'm very unfortunately though, I wasn't able to put the I was always more of a Blue Archive person in the OST analysis because I forgot. I did it just forgot, bruh. So sad. Oh, it could have been so like much better if I just put the I was always more of a Blue Archive person line in that video, but oh well, what's done cannot be undone. Yeah. Oh well, whatever.
Mika isn't a witch. She's my student. And as long as I'm alive, I will continue to defend my princess. Thanks for watching and good night, Kivatos.
So, a lot of you must be wondering, what this segment is for. Why there's all of a sudden at the end this like Misono Mika tribute. Well, it's because like essentially, because when I showed this to Javier 2.0 decoder for the first time, he was like, bro, what's this section about? Are you like trying to get copyright claims or something? So it was kind of weird. But I couldn't do anything at the time because I already published the video when he saw it. I left it in the video because I couldn't edit it out. And essentially I thought what the viewer could gain from this Mika tribute segment is essentially feeling as if Mika has made an impact on the fandom. That's why I show clips of like fan-made Blue Archive content of Misono Mika, because it's supposed to show, oh, Mika has made a huge impact on the Blue Archive fandom, not just for me but for a lot of other people. And that's essentially what this is saying. This is a tribute on the character, showing that, you know, she has impacted the lives of so many other people and not just me. And a lot of people also like Mika, not just me. And it's supposed to show that, you know, I and many other people are not alone in loving this character. And that's why I think it is an important segment in this video, because it's supposed to show the impact that Mika has made on everyone. So yeah, let's just watch. And there's a credit on top over here for all the videos that I used in this. Yep, so that's it. That's the first video. It took an hour to watch that one. That's crazy. Maybe I might only do 2.
Next time, baby.
So
Know your potential with margin lending. Margin lending or margin.
So that is the first analysis video. Goodness gracious. Check this out. Okay, by the way, about that post-credit scene, for the Misono Mika, it's a post-credit scene to foreshadow the Blue Archive, the animation analysis, which might never happen. So yeah. Anyway, on to the next video. By the way, my thoughts on the Misono Mika one, as of like how I rewatched it, I feel like, as I stated, the editing is a bit wonky now. I think it's because like I have now like a new standard for editing videos, and so when I rewatch that one, I'm like, oh, it doesn't really meet up to that standard, so it's a bit iffy. Then but I do think the points still hold up quite well. I do think overall the video still holds up quite well. It's not bad, I will say. Yeah. Alright, on to the next one. And oh boy, the Bochida Rock analysis. This is a crazy one because this is an April Fool's video, and this is the most popular one that I made this year. Can you believe it? This is the most popular one. The fucking April Fool's video is the most popular. Oh well, whatever. Yeah, Merry Christmas. Nebulous. Whatever.
Anime is known to contain some of fiction's most overpowered individuals. We got Goku, Kuro Sensei, Gojo Satoru.
So, this video, I imitated the style of I imitated the style of those documentaries, like I tried to make like a documentary kind of like voice. I was like, yes, like, yeah. So that is the thing. If you're gonna pick up on it,
Saitama, Shiroko Terra, Yakumo Yukari, this character from the Wendy Cry series whose name I'm too lazy to pronounce, and the f***ing Jonkler. But what if I told you that there was one character who would probably whoop all those other characters' asses negative? Not only that, but also other OP characters outside of anime such as Superman, Batman, the Avengers, Sans Undertale, Death, which really says a lot because Death has never lost a single one of my battle edits. And I'll state my reasons for why I think so in a later part of the video.
Yeah, so the joke here is that I say part in a very like kind of like British tone, and so that's why I fancy the like I made this in a fancy font, because it's like to emphasize that I said part in a more fancier tone.
One of my battle edits. And I'll state my reasons for why I think so in a later part of the video.
Yeah.
That character is Hitori Goto, otherwise known as Boshi, made famous from the hit 2022 anime Boshi the Rock. Now, some of you may be wondering, how is Hitori the most overpowered character in anime? He doesn't even have powers! You see, that's where you're wrong. Hitori does have powers, and I have proof. Do you see this? And this? That shit ain't normal for a human being. Unless you're like Zesh King or something. Look at that. Can you do that? Now, some of you
Is Zesh King reference in the Big 25?
You may rebut this statement and say, actually, and that's an artistic exaggeration to portray social anxieties. Wrong! That's cope. That's denial. I have evidence. Hitori's powers are not just simply a reflection of her social anxiety, and I have proof. Here is a clip of Hitori's friends reacting to her weird antics. Except for Ryo, because, Ryo is canonically stupid. And as if that's not enough information to persuade you to thinking that Hitori has powers, let me show you this scene from Boshi the Rock episode 7. You see, there's this one scene in the episode where Hitori shapeshifts into ash. This contaminates the whole room and causes both Kita and Nijika to feel ill and lay on the floor restless. And as if that's not enough evidence to prove that that is real, Hitori's parents come into the room and panic when they see Kita and Nijika laying on the floor. To further prove my point, her friends bring up the whole ash thing in the next episode, and hence and therefore these weird non-human-like antics that Hitori does in the show are real and prove that she has powers. So yeah, you can actually all you want, but at the end of the day, Hitori's out here breaking reality itself. But then you might be wondering where Hitori got her powers from. Well, I got just the answer for you.
Okay, see, now the ad is playing at where I want the ad to play. This is a good ad placement. Where did Bochi get her powers? Oh, funny joke. It's not that funny actually. Well, something I wanted to talk about.
Well,
So, basically for my editing, I like to do these things where like what I talk about on my tone, like if it reminds me of a clip, I will put that clip in my video. Like I used to do that, but then I stopped doing it at like a certain point. Then I recently started like continuing, and this is like one of the instances where I say, well, I got just like the answer for you or something along the lines of that. And I was thinking of if I were to actually say that like in person, I would actually like do like the Thanos pose where I lean down, I kneel down into the light, and I actually start talking. And so that's why I put the this Thanos like inside. Cause yeah, just a little fun fact.
Got just the answer for you.
You know, I think sometimes it has the effect that I want, sometimes it doesn't. Like sometimes I will change it if it doesn't work. Like sometimes I would think of like a clip that I want to put inside, and then when I put it inside, it does not get the vibe that I want. So I would usually like replace it with just this like stickman, and then the text at the side. Like I usually put this when I have like no clips I have in mind. I will just like slap this on, you know. So yeah. Then like if I have no like videos I want to put in the background, I would either put the stickman. I would either put a GIF of like an anime character or a stock photo of a person reacting, or I would like put a video clip that reminds me of what I'm saying, you know, that gives the same vibe of what I'm saying. So like
I got just the answer for you.
it's a little like information on how I edit videos, you know.
To answer this question, we have to think out of the box.
Yeah, so like this one is another example where you know, we have to think out of the box. So I reversed the video of the My Little Pony Twilight Sparkle getting out of the box, because out of the box, you know, is an example. Yeah.
Look at this clip from Boji the Rock episode 1. What does it remind you of? Some of you might say Tom and Jerry or Looney Tunes.
So this is like I know what I want to put inside, because like this is like example of I know what I want to put inside, because
what does it remind you of? Some of you might say Tom and Jerry.
Because I already have like an idea of I want to put a clip of the Tom and Jerry Jerry like the heart is like beating out, you know, just like the Hitori clip.
Jerry
and same with the Looney
or
Tunes.
Tom and Jerry. But the correct answer is the hit 1994 film starring Jim Carrey.
So yeah, sometimes I have an idea of what I want to put, sometimes I wouldn't. And when I wouldn't, I would either put a stickman, a stock photo, a GIF, or a video of that will fit the vibe. So that's how I do it.
The Mask. Yup, that's right. Hitori is related to the Mask, and if you don't believe me, here's some extra evidence that proves that she has mask powers. Exhibit A, super speed. Exhibit B, shape-shifting. Exhibit C, being able to get flattened. Exhibit D, enhanced skills. Now, some of you skeptical assholes may be like, hey now, that shit ain't no enhanced skills, that's just normal. And to that I have an objection. Hitori...
A little fun fact. All these outtakes are real outtakes. Like every time you see an outtake in my video, it's real. Except for I think like one time. Like once. There was like only one video where the outtake wasn't like it was part of the script, and that was I think the Blue Archive Artistry OST. Because that one I knew I would fumble the script, so that's where I scripted my outtake, because I think for that one I had to say this very long word. Oh wait, no, the How to Train Your Dragon one, I also this one, like both of these have like a similar scripted outtake in which I would like fumble saying a word, and yeah, that's the only time. But every other time, like if it's not me fumbling saying a word, it's not scripted. It's like genuinely I did as pronounced it wrongly.
I have an objection. Hitori...
So the me saying Hitori is like actual an outtake, and my reaction when I said like, so I was like Hitori, you know, it's like that's an actual deadass reaction out of me. I was like, what? Why did I say that? You know, kind of thing. And a little fun fact.
I have an objection.
Wait.
Hitori...
There's a link down here. I don't know what it leads to, but
Itori
That's
self-taught
a link.
herself to play the guitar. Imagine being able to play a guitar this well without going for any lessons. Hence and therefore, Itori got her powers from The Mask. Bocchi the Rock is a sequel / spin-off to The Mask. Realize how the background characters didn't really care about The Mask cartoony antics. Like, they could not give less of a shit that there was a green guy in front of them warping reality.
okay, I want to mention that the one thing very funny that this video does is that it has the non-copyright music playing in the background, which I think is kind of a hilarious joke, you know, because yeah, I don't even know why I had to pause the video to say that. I think everyone could infer that. Oh well, I think I wanted to say something. Yeah, it was very hard to find those songs, because yeah, they're very old songs that played like back in the early 2010s. And I remember like hearing them when I was a young kid. I was like very young. Then I would like watch the toy unboxing videos and they would have that song in the background. And you know, I don't think like ever since then I don't think anyone has like I couldn't find the song until one day I was like, yeah, you know, for this video originally I wanted to put the BGM as the Bocchi the Rock BGM, like, you know, because usually for my analysis videos, like back then I would the background music I'll put the BGM from that specific show. I don't know how to describe it, but for example, my Love Live analysis video, I put Love Live OST. For my Uzaki analysis video, I put Uzaki OST. For there was one that I reviewed a lot of music animes where I basically talked about how adding new members to music animes was not a good idea. Then in that video I like for each different segment when I was talking about the different like music animes, I used the OST from that specific music anime. So for example, when I was talking about Lucky Star, I used the Lucky Star OST. When I was talking about K-On, I used the K-On OST. I was talking about D4DJ, I used the D4DJ OST. So for you know, so on and so forth. Yeah, I was planning to do the same for Bocchi the Rock for this one, but I realized this is an April Fool's joke. It's supposed to be funny. If I put Bocchi the Rock OST at the back, it's not funny. So what should I do? I decided to go with those like cheap BGM, like non-copyright songs from a long time ago, because not only does this prevent me from getting like copyright so I can monetize this video, but it's also funny as hell because this analysis video is using like these old goofy ass like childhood songs, you know? I mean, I don't know how to describe how it's funny. I just knew it was funny. So yeah, that's essentially what this is. It took me quite a while to find them, but I found them eventually because I think there's this one YouTuber who like had like this, who like basically ranked all these songs. I saw the video, and so I was like, and he put the title of the different songs. So I saw it, and then I searched all of them out and I saved it to my watch later. So yeah, so I was able to download them and use them for this video. And since then, yeah, every time I found one of these old BGMs that I used to hear, I would like immediately save them to my watch later, just in case I want to make another like April Fool's video and just use them, if it's appropriate, of course. Yeah.
Well, that's also how the characters from Bocchi the Rock act. Like, similarly, the characters will go, "That was weird," and shrug it off as if it was nothing. Beat for beat reaction. It all makes sense, trust me. They're in the same universe. Now,
this video. I had the idea for this video for a very very long time because for a very like when Bushido Rock first came out, I thought to myself, wow, this character like Hitori really reminded me of The Mask. And so whenever I watch like Bushido Rock, I just kept on getting reminded of like The Mask. And so one day I was like at like I was doing some work, and then I was like daydreaming. I was thinking to myself about the Hitori. It was 2024, like around June. Don't ask me how I remember. I was doing some work. Then I was thinking to myself, oh damn, I have this like idea for how Hitori could potentially be related to LV Avery. And so I just thought about it, and the more I thought about it, it like spiraled into a slippery slope. And then like after I was done with my work, I was like, oh shit, I need to like jot this down somewhere. So I quickly went to like Google Slides. I made a whole slideshow presentation about how Hitori could potentially be related to The Mask. And I showed it to Javier. Javier had a lot of like questions about it. And so yeah, I didn't have any intention of making this into a video yet until the December of 2024. I went to Japan. I got a plush of Hitori. I got this like big plush of Hitori. Then as I got the plush, I was like just thinking about Bushido Rock more and more. The more I thought about it, the more I realized, hey wait, I can actually make this into a video. I can actually answer all the different questions that Javier asked me. And so I started writing the script since December of 2024. And I always had the idea of making it into an April Fool's video since then. And that's how we get to here. Yep.
Some of you may be questioning, if Hitori got her powers from The Mask, why is her face green? Oh, you sweet summer child. You think you've got me concerned? You didn't think I've done my research? Allow me to introduce...
Okay. So my original slideshow, right? Wait, let me pull up my slideshow. Let me see if I still have it. Wait, Google Slides. Oh, come on. Google Slides. Okay, yeah, I think this is it. Okay, yeah. Okay, we got it. Alright, so this is the original idea for the Boshi. Like, this was the original slides. I don't know if I like anything, but yeah, so this was the original idea. And so it was actually, this is a very like funny thing, in the sense that this is my first, like kind of like the first draft of that video. And so when I got to this part, when I first showed Javier, I was like, oh, therefore Hitori got powers on The Mask, so any questions? And so I asked, so Javier actually asked, because like in nowhere does it here show that like this would slowly transition to me talking about some of The Mask. So instinctively Javier asked, oh, but you know, Hitori's face isn't green and The Mask face is green, so why aren't they like, you know, like there's clear contradiction. And so I was like, haha, I was hoping you would say that. Allow me to introduce to you. And then it just goes to this. Oh man. Yeah, so that was so funny. So the first time I showed this to him, he like burst out laughing. And we were like bursting out laughing. It was like fucking hilarious. And yeah. So it was so funny that I just had to keep it in the final cut, and so I did. No! You ruined it, you stupid ad. Stupid ass ad. So yeah, anyway, I had to keep it in the final cut.
Me to introduce
Hilarious. And then that's how it transitions to the next segment.
Son of the Mask is a 2005 American animation live-action hybrid sequel to The Mask, starring Jamie Kennedy as the main character, Tim Avery, released by New Line Cinema and directed by Lawrence Guterman. The basic premise of the film is that Tim Avery wears the mask and he fucks his wife with the mask on, which creates a baby with the powers of the mask. Now,
Unskippable ads are annoying. Exactly after Time Gaming. Welcome to the stream after Time Gaming. Glad to see you here. Yeah. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Today, I'll be breaking down some of my analysis videos. I'll be giving some fun facts about them, as we progress and go along. So, yeah. I hope you enjoy today's stream.
wow. This is the only time I can ever give my own personal thoughts on Son of the Mask, so I'll just give a short review on it. For those who are uninterested, just use the time frames in the description.
Okay. This joke would not land because I think later on, yeah. Okay, so here's the joke. The joke is essentially you skip to this time frame to avoid like this whole thing, and you can use the timestamps in the description. But the thing about this is that there is awesome happy holidays. Yeah, happy holidays time. So the joke here is there's no such thing as 7 minutes and 77 seconds. And originally, if you were to actually skip to 7 minutes and 77 seconds, you actually skip to the next segment. But because I think I added like another extra clip in here, now this timestamp is like outdated. So it could have been such a funny joke, but it was like a last minute change, and it just doesn't land anymore. But oh well, whatever. At least I tried. Yeah.
To skip to the next segment. Okay, bye. So, I don't think it is too far-fetched for me to say that I am a Son of the Mask connoisseur. I have watched it way more times than the original 1994 film, and I practically watch clips of it on a daily basis. I have watched Son of the Mask more times than I've seen my own reflection. I don't even need to watch it anymore. I just close my eyes and the whole movie plays in my head in 4K IMAX resolution. I've also watched all of the analysis videos on it. The one from this guy, and that guy, and Doug Walker, and this guy, and also the one with Jamie Kennedy, which gave me so much insight into the movie's development. It's really cool. And as you can tell from these thumbnails, many people think that the movie is absolute garbage. Even the people who worked on the movie think it's trash, which is honestly mind-blowing. The director hates it, the actors hate it, the janitor who cleaned the set probably hates it. But I have a differing opinion. Son of the Mask is a cinematic masterpiece.
Okay, so I think you all must be wondering, like, am I actually deadass about this? Because this is an April Fool's video. So for all we know, I could be bullshitting in this moment. I will say this. Objectively, I do think Son of the Mask is a bad movie. Like, no doubt. Because it is all over the place and it's straight up torture porn. Like, the whole movie is did as just torture porn. It's just characters getting tortured for an hour and 30 minutes. However, on the flip side, I have like this like enjoyment out of it. I just really enjoy watching it because it's so like it's such an absurd concept. They just love watching it. Yeah. And so it's kind of like a guilty pleasure, I will say. I don't necessarily I do think it's a bad movie, objectively. Subjectively, I kind of love this movie. So yeah. And I do genuinely believe that the message about this movie is I genuinely do believe that there is a message behind this film, as I state later on in this video. So that definitely, I do think that it's a bit overheated. I do think it's a tad bit overhated, which I know is kind of sound crazy because I never seen anyone defend Shadow of the Mask before. I'm probably like the only guy. But yeah, I don't think this movie is like horrible. Like it's bad, but I don't think it's horrible. So yeah, like take that information with whatever.
And you all just can't see the bigger picture. Personally, I think that LV Avery is an allegory for a child with disabilities. Tim struggles to take care of LV at first, but then he goes through this amazing character arc where he realizes that it doesn't really matter what LV is like. He's his dad, and that alone is why he should love him no matter what. This is perfectly encapsulated in the scene where Tim tells Odin off at the conclusion of the film.
But you're his father. He's your son. And even if you banish him, he's still gonna be your son.
What a beautiful masterpiece, showing that Tim has learned how to accept his son, and he is passing off his lesson to others as well, which really ties up the two subplots together. Yeah, there also really isn't much to hate about this movie. I guess I can agree that the dance scene is pretty cringe, but it gets better once you watch the movie on a daily basis, trust me.
Yeah, this part is what like caused the whole timestamp joke not to work. So.
And yeah, I guess the visual effects do look kinda outdated, but come on, this movie was released back in 2005, the same year the first Madagascar movie came out. As you can see, making CGI humans was a pain in the ass back then. And if you think that's bad, have you motherfuckers seen the Flash movie? Brian H., why does the CGI babies look even worse than the original Mask movie? Well, maybe it's because it is harder to animate a baby who can't act for shit than Jim Carrey with a fucking green screen for effect.
By the way, that's a very like I stand by that actually. Like I know I'm joking in that scene, but I do stand by that. I think people overhate on like some of the Mask VFX a bit too much because like 2005, that shit is pretty convincing, no lie. And the reason why the original Mask movie does not look as terrible is because after all, like his whole thing is like his face is green, and so when his whole face is green, you can like make him do weird like stuff because with his face, you can make his face like stretch out and do like and then morph and whatnot because it's a singular color. It doesn't have like the intricate human details on it because it's all his face is all covered in green, right? But for a baby, you have to CGI the whole ass baby. That's the thing, right? And not only do you have to CGI the whole baby, which means like you're not just doing the face, you're CGIing the whole damn thing. And you have to animate the details for the baby as well because get Transformers out of the window. Those characters were made of metal, not flesh and skin like us humans. There's that fact, yeah. So yeah, like I don't blame some of the masks for looking horrible. In fact, if anything, I think it looks really damn good. I think it looks better than most like superhero movies like that came out the modern era. I will go as far as to say I think it looks better than Man of Steel, which is a lot, you know. Yeah, I think they did like a pretty decent job making like a CGI baby. It looks fine. I think it looks okay. Like you can tell it's CGI, but for me, it's not uncanny. For me, like, I know a lot of people think it's uncanny. Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3 has those not so good CGI. Yeah, you see, a lot of people like they hate on some of the masks, but they don't really like hate on like the Spider-Man trilogy, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man. Even though I do think it also has some wonky CGI, just like some of the masks. So yeah, and I also think we also got to take into consideration that Jim Carrey is a really good actor. He's really expressive, and hence you don't need to change like how you don't need to really change how he moves and whatnot because he's a very like flexible actor. He can like do all the dances and whatnot. But a baby can't dance. They have to CGI the dance, and you know it's gonna take a lot more effort because babies can't act for shit. Jim Carrey is one of the best actors out there. So yeah, we probably should not be hating on the CGI all that much because I do think there's a very valid reason to why the first movie looks better. Anyway, let's continue.
If it isn't obvious by now, Hitori is a descendant of the Avery family. Before any of you funny people ask, well, Hitori is a Japanese and the Avery family are American. Bro, we know that LV Avery loves cartoons. Who's to say little bro didn't start getting interested in anime in his teenage years and start simping for Japanese women? Plus, Broski was caught watching Transformers in 4K, and we know for a fact that Transformers originally was a Japanese product. LV is a shonen fan, I can feel it. Anyway, so here's how the suspected Avery family tree goes for those of you who are really invested in this topic. Honestly, LV and Hitori have more in common than Stanley, which further supports my theory. Exhibit A, being able to blow themselves up. Exhibit B, morphing their face shape and shape-shifting. Exhibit C, being able to vomit out weird green substance. Exhibit D, being really into Twister. And the others that we previously mentioned as well. Also, strangely, Hitori's family has a dog. You know who else has a dog? The Avery family. You know who else has a dog too? Stanley. Just a little something I wanted to bring up. And for all of you skeptics who still don't believe my theory, just one last piece to the puzzle that might change your mind. Hitori and LV both have the same eye color. Coincidence? I think not! And we know for a fact that LV still has his powers, as at the end of the movie, he breaks the fourth wall by winking to the camera. Henceforth, Hitori is related to LV Avery. But that's all just the surface level, kiddos, for I have yet to reach the part that you've all been waiting for. Alright, I don't think it is too far-fetched to say that Hitori is probably more overpowered than LV. But Hitori is just a woman! First of all, f*** you misogynist. Second of all, yeah, sure, a baby is more powerful than a teenage girl. See how y'all be sounding stupid right now? Okay, so, now that we've established that Hitori is stronger than LV, let's start power scaling LV. Now, there are three types of people who have powers in the Mask cinematic universe. There's of course, whoever wears the mask, aka Stanley and Tim. There's also gods themselves, aka Loki and Odin. And lastly, people born from the mask, aka LV and Hitori. Now, hear me out for a second. I think the third option is the strongest one. Now, wait a minute. Hold on! As I was saying, LV is definitely one of the, if not the strongest character in the MCU. And I have proof. LV was able to beat Otis, who was wearing the mask. And it wasn't just a one-time thing, nah. He beat the crap out of Otis multiple times. But Ace, that's not a fair argument since, dogs are weaker than humans. Shut up! Shut the f*** up and let me talk for a second! Yeah, you're kinda right. You got a good point there. However, dogs are stronger than babies in real life, so... But even with that aside, I can easily rebut that rebuttal by bringing up this one key moment. LV was able to beat Loki, not once, but twice. And additionally, we know that Loki and Tim have the same power levels because the movie outright tells us that they are evenly matched.
We're evenly matched opponents.
And additionally, I am pretty sure that Tim is much stronger than Stanley. You want proof? I can give you proof. There's one scene in the original Mask movie when Stanley morphed his hands into guns. However, they did not work. Tim, on the other hand, he was not only able to morph bigger guns on his hands, but it was also implied that they were able to work. Sure, we never saw it in action, but the only reason why
just now when I said in the video when I said he was not only able to morph bigger guns on his hands, the was not in the script. I actually fumbled the script when reading it out. I was like, he was not only able to morph bigger guns on his hands, it was but the Tommy gun. The Tommy gun, they're not that big. Yeah. So it's not really that good. So what was I saying? that part was completely not in the script. I actually fumbled the script and I said like. So, yeah. Just a little fun fact. I eventually kept it in because it felt natural. In a way, it felt natural. And it still works. I just didn't want to re-record it because what's the point of re-recording? Yeah, it works. It flows. It still flows naturally. No one can tell that I fucked up the script unless I tell them, which I am doing right now. So yeah.
We weren't able to was because Loki erased them. Literally. On top of that, the biggest threat Stanley had to face in the original movie were police officers and thugs with Tommy guns. Tim had to face a literal god. So this would mean that Stanley is weaker than Tim. Tim and Loki are evenly matched, and Loki is weaker than LV. LV is weaker than Hitori. Boom! Send tweet. Since that's all out of the way, how are we stuck comparing Hitori's powers to other strong fictional characters? Now, this one is relatively easy. We all know the one thing that Saitama can't eat, right? Flies. All Hitori gotta do is shapeshift into a fly and GG easy win. We know that Hitori can do that, since Loki did the same thing as well in the movie. Alright, so we know one of the most memorable abilities that the mask has is super speed. Like, the movie literally pointed it out. On top of that, one of the mask abilities is being able to make your body into a different material. I don't know a better way to describe it, but we can see it here when LV turns his hands into a shield. This means that Hitori can just turn her whole body into that anti-sensei material that Kuro-sensei is weak to, and she uses her super speed to defeat Kuro-sensei. How can Hitori be faster than Kuro-sensei? There's no proof of the mask's true speed. Alas, you have finally brought up a good point, my dear viewee. It's what I would say if I was a f***ing idiot. All Hitori gotta do is use that mind manipulation trick that both Stanley and Tim used. From there, Hitori can control Kuro's mind and make him go swore, and boom, he's dead. That's of course assuming that the mask can't outrun Mark 20, which it probably can. Okay, so I might be wrong about this one since I don't keep up with Chainsaw Man as much as the average Joe Schmo. However, I know his weakness. Hot Betty girls. All Hitori gotta do is shapeshift into a 10 out of 10 Betty and Denji will be so down bad. We know Hitori can do this, as we have already established that not only can people with the mask shapeshift, but Hitori herself has done it in the show multiple times. While Denji is distracted, all she gotta do is cut off his arms. That way Denji got no way of using his chainsaws, and then it's game over for him.
So how I actually accomplish this effect of squishing Tanjiro down is basically at first I got a PNG of him, right? And I put that PNG into Google Slides. Yes, stay with me here. I put his PNG into Google Slides. I squished it, because in Google Slides you can squish like the person, right? So I squished it, and so so I got this. So it had a white background, so I removed the background. I used I think one of the Adobe softwares to remove the background, and so that's how I was able to achieve the squishing effect. So as the hand came out to smash Tanjiro, I changed the image to, so while it's covered Tanjiro, it makes him like, I change it to make it the squish version. So it makes this effect of him getting squished. It's very simple, but very effective and very funny as well. So yeah.
What is Gojo's weakness? His kind heart, according to Google. So really think about it. Would Gojo really hurt an introverted 16-year-old?
Okay, so the reason why I did this, it might be so weird, like, why is there like this perspective shot in a analysis video all of a sudden? Firstly, it's like supposed to, I don't know. Like it's supposed to like make it seem as if like the camera is like panning, so it can like, while the song in the background is playing, there's like at least some movement happening, so it doesn't like make the audience feel bored. That was like the intention. And secondly, it was supposed to help me with perspective shots, because in my upcoming movie, LPA movie, there's a lot of like shots where I use like perspective shots where the camera will pan, and yeah, so it's like something along the lines of this. So I tried to put it in this video so I could like kind of like train doing it. So yeah, there's a little fun fact about it. It's just I did this so I could like kind of practice for animating a movie. Then yeah, that's all I gotta say.
So as Gojo is contemplating his life choices, Hitori will take him out with her super strength while he is distracted, easy peasy. We know that the mask gives people super strength because LV was able to lift up and toss around the grown-ass man with pretty much one arm. IDK if Gojo got the super durability, I only watched 2 episodes of JJK, but look at this image I found. Gojo bleeding, which means he is not indestructible. He can be hurt. We know that the mask makes you immune to bullets. That's it, that's all I need to say. Case closed. Now this one is a toughie. Reimu, just like Hitori, can warp realities too.
Good night. Sorry I couldn't stay for long, but I need to sleep as soon as possible. To be honest, it's already considered late as well. Oh, okay. No problem after time. Good night and Merry Christmas to you. Happy holidays. Thank you for tuning in to the stream anyway. Yep.
And her bullet patterns are... yeesh. However, after much thought, I realized something. Hitori is probably indestructible. We know this since Stanley was able to eat a whole bomb and feel nothing. And also the bulletproof thing I stated earlier. And also, the fact she can change herself into a different material. This means that Reimu's attacks, they are pretty much useless. Doesn't matter how crazy her bullet pattern is or what spell card she uses, Hitori will tank it. Now, there's no way one could possibly beat Reimu, so this will be a tie, right? Yes, that's right. Reimu was beaten before, which means it is possible for Hitori to do the same. All Hitori gotta do is materialize her hands into guns and start shooting Reimu. Eventually, Reimu will just give up, just like what she did in Imperishable Night, after fighting Marissa and Vermilia. Hitori can just shapeshift into a giant eraser and erase Goku out of existence. We've seen Loki...
Another thing, the existence, it's that part is actually not that part was because I think I misread the script, like, or I mispronounced the word existence, so I lingered on the S for a bit too long. I ended up keeping it because it felt as if I sounded tired, you know. So I guess it kind of fit the vibe, so that's why I kept it, even though I didn't intend for it to sound that way.
Giant eraser and erase Goku out of existence.
Yeah, so I like lingered on the X, sound a bit too long, so yeah.
We've seen Loki do it, so it's possible for Hitori to do the same thing too. Alright, now let's get to the characters outside of anime. We'll start with a classic one, Clark Kent, aka Superman. Now, all of you may think that there's no way Hitori gonna beat Superman. Like, ain't no way she could literally beat a multiversal threat. Except you're forgetting one thing. The mask can materialize anything, which means that Hitori could potentially pull out kryptonite from her hammer space and kill Clark. Bruce Wayne, the world's greatest detective. This will mean that he will be able to make a contingency plan to defeat Hitori, right? Hitori would easily take out Batman for the sheer reason that Bruce has canonically lost to the Mask before. He was beaten up real badly after the Jonkler wore the mask. But H, Batman was able to beat the Jonkler with the mask eventually. Yeah, amazing point you brought up, kiddo. But you gotta realize this. Batman only defeated the Jonkler because he was able to convince the Jonkler to take the mask off. Do you realize that Hitori has no mask to take off? So no matter what, Hitori will always have her powers. Additionally, if you watch Simple Comic Bros video of Batman's contingency plan to beat the mask, the two methods that Bruce comes up with is convincing the person to take off the mask, which we already established that doesn't affect Hitori. The second method is to teleport the mask user to somewhere else that has sunlight, so the mask would come off. So basically, whoever wears the mask can only use its powers at night. However, this will not work as Hitori's powers work perfectly in the day. Additionally, Alvi was able to use his powers in the day too. So yeah, no way Batman could beat Hitori even with prep time.
Goodness gracious.
Okay, so really think about it. Hitori is stronger than Alvi, right? Alvi is stronger than Loki, right? Pretty safe to assume that Loki from the MCU is stronger and has more abilities than Loki from the MCU. The craziest thing Loki did in the Avengers was shape-shifting and mind control, which the Loki from Son of the Mask can easily do, on top of other things such as materializing a giant grenade out of thin air. And the Avengers had a hard time beating their version of Loki. So if you really think about it, the Avengers are weaker than Loki, who's weaker than the Mask Loki, who's weaker than Alvi, who's weaker than Hitori. Hitori solos the Avengers. Spider-Man. My favorite superhero of all time. A kid who perfectly encapsulates what makes heroes so special to so many people. Yeah, I'm sorry, Spider-Man's not beating Hitori. Don't get me wrong, Peter Parker is really overpowered. He has super strength, spider sense, strong webbing, super durability, really smart, and he doesn't really have a clear weakness, unlike Superman. Lil Bro even single-handedly took down the Avengers in one of the comics, so I think that speaks volumes as to how overpowered Peter truly is. However, there is one weakness Peter has. Have you all watched Spectacular Spider-Man? Remember that time Peter made that substance that could remove his powers? Well, all Hitori gotta do is mind control Spider-Man into drinking it, and he'll become Spider-Man no more. But how will Hitori know that substance exists? The mask can read minds. We've seen Alvi do it, so... And on top of that, if all fails, Hitori could just materialize a bottle of
ethyl chloride,
which could weaken Peter's senses. All Hitori gotta do from there is use her super strength to beat the ever-living hell out of Spider-Man, since Spider-Man can't dodge anymore. On the topic of red and blue superheroes that I really like, Optimus Prime, leader of the Autobots. This one is actually really simple. We all know Optimus is a kind and caring individual. Unless you're watching Bayverse, then that's an entirely different story. So first, right, Optimus would try and talk things out with Hitori because we all know he would never want to hurt a human, right? So while Optimus is giving his little speech, all Hitori gotta do is, hey, look what I got!
Ain't no way. That's the matrix of leadership.
By the way, this is my that is my actual voice. That's not AI. I can do the Optimus Prime voice, though I do need some voice filters. So
Ain't no way. That's the matrix of leadership.
yeah. Should I try to do the voice now? Maybe I can try. I am Optimus Prime. Yeah, that's my voice. That's how I do it. So I do that and I put like a voice filter on it. So then it creates the.
Ain't no way. That's the matrix of leadership.
Honestly, I can't believe I have to tell y'all that Hitori one-shot Sans I'm being literal here. She one-shots him because he only has 1 HP. Oh, but the karma damage. Shut your mouth, fanboy. Karma only affects people who have done wrong things. Do you really think Hitori has killed anyone? Yeah, didn't think so, huh? All Hitori gotta do is tank all of Senzu's attacks, and once he's out of stamina, she can punch him and Senzu is dead. Death is not a person or someone. They are a concept. As long as you have the possibility of dying, death can beat you. Death comes for us all. Unless you're Hitori Goto. You see, I don't think Hitori can die. As we've already established, the mask pretty much makes you invincible to attacks. And I honestly do not think that Alvi and Hitori can die of old age.
Okay, so I actually had like a friend who watched this video, and they said that this part was not explained well enough, because I do not go in that. Like, all I say is I don't think Hitori and Alvi can die of old age. And like, I think if I were to explain that now, because back then when I was writing the script, I didn't know how to explain it, or like I just had a feeling that they couldn't die. But I think how I would explain it now is the fact that firstly, some of the masks, right, throughout the movie we barely see Alvi like age at all. You know, he's always like, his baby form stays the same throughout the whole movie. Which is so weird, because there's like, throughout the movie there's like a huge time jump, like multiple times, but he still remains like looking the same. So there's something's up there. Then secondly, Hitori, whenever, like, there's sometimes where she will imagine herself in the future, and she looks exactly the same as how she is like looking right now. I guess that could possibly be explained with, like, sometimes when you imagine how you look like in the future, you just imagine, like, you can't really picture it, so you just imagine how you look like right now, but taller, which I guess, I don't know, but I really don't know how to explain this, but I think essentially how I would explain it now is, firstly, like, Alvi doesn't age in some of the masks, and secondly, when Hitori imagines herself in the future, she does not look like she aged at all. So yeah, and yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're actually immortal, like there's no way of beating them. Which means that since Hitori can't die, the concept of death can't beat her. So that's it, innit? Hitori Solo's all of fiction. Except, take a look at the thumbnail very carefully. Potentially, Hitori theoretically could be all these powerful fictional characters, but there's one big weakness that will make her lose every battle. Hitori Goto's weakness isn't something that can be punched or defeated with strength. It's her own nature. Despite having the power to take on the most powerful characters in fiction, Hitori doesn't want to fight. She's a quiet, introverted girl who prefers peace and avoids conflict. Her true weakness lies in her reluctance to engage in battle. If the fight ever came down to protecting her friends, she would immediately give up before it is even started. She values her friends above all else, and if someone threatened them, she would choose to surrender to protect them. However, there's a more tragic side to this: the cost of immortality. Hitori can live forever, but she'll always have to watch her friends grow old, age. They'll die over and over again, while she remains unchanged.
There was one part in this video that I wanted to add, but I didn't end up putting in the final cut, because I thought it kind of didn't make sense. But essentially I wanted to say that's probably another reason why Bocchi, like, she doesn't really like want to make friends, is because I think she knows that if if she, like, if they all grow old, she'll remain like unchanged. Then she will like have to go through like this sad thing where she watches all her friends die. So I think I did want to add that, but I realized, well, actually no, she does want to make friends. She's just too shy to make any friends. So I ended up cutting that whole part, in the video altogether. So yeah.
That's a lonely, heartbreaking existence. Well, I can't wait for Bocchi the Rock Season 2 to come out. Wait, what's this? Wait a minute.
Oh yeah, a little funny story, right? The Avengers Doomsday casting announcement. I was there when they did the casting announcement, and like I did not care for any of the cast except for the Alan Cumming one, because when I saw it I was like, oh my god, there's Loki from Shaun of the Mask, holy shit. And I was like, oh my god, Avengers Doomsday is gonna have Loki. Like, what? Avengers Doomsday is gonna have Loki, like, and then they're gonna have the other Loki. Yo, that's crazy. I didn't know that Alan Cumming was Nightcrawler. So, like, when I first saw it, the first thing that came to my mind was, like, the Shaun of the Mask Loki. It's, like, so funny, bro. I was like, bro, what is he doing here? It's like Shaun of the Mask crossover with Avengers Doomsday, bro. It was crazy ass shit. So, that was like the only cast in the entire like video that made me have a reaction. Everything else was like, I was like kind of expecting it. Like even the X-Men, like the old X-Men characters returning, I like kind of didn't care. The only one I cared about was Alan Cumming, because there's Loki from Shaun of the Mask, and he's gonna cross over with the MCU Loki, Tom Hiddleston. It's gonna be so peak.
Whoa, that voice crack was really something.
Okay. I think okay, wait. I think we gotta split this into 3 parts instead. No, wait, hold up. We gotta split into 3 parts because it's been 2 hours already, and we've only gone like through 2 videos. Oh damn. Well, I think it's a good place to end things, kind of. I am a bit tired. I do have another fun fact to talk about the Bocchi video. The Bocchi video. Still going on? Yes, it's still going on. The Bocchi video was one of the few videos I actually showed to, like I showed it to some of my classmates. I showed it to them, and I mean, it was a video that I showed to a lot of people, surprisingly. Even though I don't really think it's all that good, I'm actually surprised it got so popular. I'm surprised that of all of my videos as of now, it's the most popular one. Cause I don't know. It's a joke video, bruh. Who fucking cares about it? I don't care about it. I made it as a joke, and I even put in like thought into that one. I was just like, I was like doing it while I was like brain dead, bruh. I mean, I guess it was like the video was a whole year in the making. I guess because I had the idea for it for a very long time, but it wasn't something I was like passionate about. Let's be real. Who is passionate about Bocchi being related to the mask? I don't know. I just feel a bit iffy that that's one of the only few analysis videos on my channel to get more than 1,000 views. It's like, really? That one? I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah. I showed it to a lot of friends because back then the only analysis videos I had was of course I didn't want to show on the text to speech bot one, so the only one I had was Misona Mika, this one, the How to Train Your Dragon, Transformers 1, Love Life. So that was the only 5 options I had. So I eventually went with the Bochi because like that one I feel like it's more for everyone kind of video because it's a joke, right? Then the How to Train Your Dragon one, okay, How to Train Your Dragon one is a completely different can of worms that I want to touch tomorrow because I have a whole reason. I have a whole reason to why I didn't really show that one to my classmates at the time. And the Miso Mika one, like I don't think as many people know about Blue Archive as yeah, it's not really that popular. And honestly, I don't want people to know that I'm a Blue Archive fan because that's weird. That people are gonna think you're weird if you admit that you like Blue Archive in public. So the only one that I showed them was and also the Love Live one is 2 hours long. And let's be real, no one's gonna watch a 2 hour long analysis video. So Transformers one, I don't like it all that much. I think it was a very rushed video. Like I could tell it was a very rushed video, so I don't really like it all that much. It's one of my most forgettable analysis videos. So all that was left was the Hitori one. So yeah, so that's why I think it's like one of the only few like analysis videos that I show to other people because I also showed it to my mom of all people. I don't know why. I genuinely don't know why I just keep showing it to so many people. I don't even like it all that much. But I guess it's because like it's a joke, so if I say something like weird there, I can just rub it off as, oh, it's April Fool's. I guess, I don't know. Yeah, I have mixed feelings about the Hitori one because on one hand I'm really happy that it's really successful, but on the other hand, it's like really that one, no, whatever. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Thank you for like watching if you're still here. Thank you. Yeah, and I'll continue tomorrow, I guess. Yep. Yeah, sorry I originally wanted to finish all 5 analysis videos today, but it appears that I can't. So I guess we're gonna make this a 3-parter then. So that would mean tomorrow I'll be doing the How to Train Your Dragon. I'll be doing the soundtrack, Blue Archive soundtrack, and the Captain America Brave New World. Then I guess I'll do DCEU another time. Yep. That's all I gotta say. Thanks for watching, and good night, Gen Sokyo, I guess. Alright, Merry Christmas.